your command.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Getting Down with Dave C. and JT Kirk in the house, in the hizzy. Because we're doing some crazy-ass comics called The Joker. Right, JT?
Yeah. Oh, yes. This is one that, and I'm probably going to say this every week until we get to our BSG 14 issue of this comic run. But this, I am glad that I backstage when we were finishing up Black Panther, that I was like, you know what? We've been doing Marvel for a while. Why don't we switch over to DC? Let's do one of those. And so far, this has been like just a roller coaster, a good one too. Not one of those creaky old wooden ones, but a steel one where they throw you upside down and whip you left and right.
It's definitely an oddball one, right?
Yeah. Sorry, my eyes are very distracted by the cover of this week's issue.
Well, let me gear it up.
You'll probably see why. Yeah, I know. I'm getting ahead. I'm just saying.
Let me gear up because I got to do my, I got to do my little thing there to.
There we are.
So.
Well, this little bit at the top is not why I'm distracted.
Can you see everything?
It's what's in the middle. I can.
Okay, so we're good because I can't see the StreamYard, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The way we do it for right now is I have to use the separate laptop, and then I can scroll it on my big laptop.
We can see it on the YouTubes.
Okay, good. Yep, there it is.
Fine.
It is. All right, nice.
Well, I know we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here, but you can see clearly now why I'm distracted by what's about to take place this week.
Yeah, we get a new superhero.
We get another super something in there as well. So, but we get a new one. I know we talked about it last week and we weren't going to spoil it, but I said there's a big character from DC coming to join us next week. And I don't think anyone probably remembers what you said, but you basically guessed it right the very first time. So it was
I did.
Trying to play it like maybe, could be. You didn't give me any chance to prepare for the wrong answer first. Oh man.
Yeah,
that was a great guess.
Proud of myself. I've had a couple of weird. I've had a couple of weird things like that happen to me over the last couple of weeks. Like really, really weird stuff. I was watching some bad movies on Tubi, just all over, some horror movies or whatever. I don't even remember what movie.
Good bad movies or like Star Trek 2009. Bad.
Worse.
Oh,
just bad horror movies. Some of them are just so bad they're unwatchable. I don't even know.
Are they
half of them
like Italian horror movies or like those Italian action movies from like the 70s that are just
maybe not that bad. I can't. Yeah, not that bad. But yeah, hey, Lady V.
Hey, Lady V.
Lady V's in the house. Hail to you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We were watching these bad horror movies.
Yeah, and there was somebody playing cards, playing poker or something, and there was like a guy doing like they got into an argument. They were talking about magic tricks or something. And the guy was like, "Oh, guess the card." And I said 2 hearts. Just straight up. I didn't even think about it.
Okay.
And it went on and on. The guy pulled the card out. It was the 2 hearts. I was like, "What the?"
Oh, so you struck the 1 in 52 chance.
The 1 in 52 chance. Yeah. Yeah. And then I was watching this video. It had 50 Cent on it. And I think this was it's just a weird coincidence. So do you remember on Fortnite I was talking about how I wanted to get the Sade song? Do you remember that? When I got that really
Honestly,
weird...
no. Honestly, no.
There was some anime ones and there was a Sade song and I wanted the Sade song. So maybe she was on. And I'm actually subscribed to her thing on X or whatever. And 50 Cent was on this show. I was watching something and they asked him, well, all the music in the world and all this, what kind of stuff? And he actually picked the song. I didn't get the song, but I said, Sade is kind of cool. It's like, if you ever had to live on an island and you had some nice music, what would you pick? which is kind of crazy because there's just too much to pick, right?
Yeah.
And I think he picked I Will Cherish the Day, but I said Sade. And he said, well, he thought about it and he said Sade. It was just weird, really weird.
Weird.
So,
that's Hollywood, baby.
Yeah, I think I just got lucky. Green Arrow. I mean, it was a pretty good educated.
Oh, you got lucky 3 times. Now, I would never advocate this because I've taken far too many statistics classes in college and grad school. But they say when you get that lucky, it's time to buy a lotto ticket. But I never would because I don't endorse gambling. So,
the card one, that one kind of freaked me out because it was just so randomly, just 1 out of 52, really. Sometimes I'll pick my phone up and it's up on the wrong, facing the wrong way, and I get so mad because it's 50-50.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't go to the casino and say, just take $1,000 and go bet black or red. Just
go lose it. Yeah, just go lose it. Yeah.
50-50. And it's like, if you take a quarter, try it 10 times. I challenge anybody. Try it 10 times. And then see how you do. And then if you do well, do another 10 and see how you do. And then go to the casino and then go back and tell me how you did.
Right.
Maybe you'll get okay, but I don't know. It's like watching people do that, and you're like, I want to just do the black or red. It's 50-50, and you get double your money. You put $100 down, you get $200.
It's less than that because you'll be betting black or red, and then it'll end up on green.
Well, I just do the straight up, the straight up 50-50, black or red. No numbers, no. Yeah, it could be the green. You're right. It could be the green.
Yeah. So it's still less than a 50% chance.
Yeah. And I've watched them when we went. I don't go looking, just hanging out with my uncles and cousins, every now and then.
Sure.
As a family thing. But I watch it and I'll see it go red, black, red, red. I'm like, oh, it's got to be black. To be like 7 reds.
The previous result has no bearing on the future, the likelihood of the future event with that stuff. Yeah.
But anywho,
speaking of green, we have the major DC guy showing up in this. That would be, are we ready to reveal? Well, it says it right there.
It's already
the Green Arrow. The Green Arrow. I mean, this is like the biggest one we've had yet.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like the Green Arrow. I don't have any figures or anything like that, but didn't you have some, Dave, hiding around there?
Not Green Arrow. I was never a big Green Arrow fan. I mean, he's okay. He's good. Oliver Queen. Yeah, Queen. It's in the comic. And I don't know. I mean, it's not like I dislike him. He's just he's just kind of there, kind of around,
Yeah.
I was never impressed. It's a little over
we're
the
going
top.
to get a recognizable protagonist to go after the Joker this week. It won't be somebody super obscure from, one issue of this, that, and the other in, something 10 years before this that you have to bring a lot to. You just know, hey, it's the Green Arrow.
It is the Green Arrow. I like it. It's a good interjection into the run. This is number 4 out of the 9/10.
Yes.
We'll deal with that when we get to it.
And there's a vivacious vixen on the cover.
Yeah.
I tell you, eye drawing for not children. Yes. For adults.
Well, this comic is not for children. I can tell you that.
Well,
by the way, have you read this yet, JT?
Well, I leafed through it quite extensively, but I have not read every line of text. No.
Ooh, nice. Lady V with the arrows.
Yes.
Where did you get those? Cool.
Oh, so type colon and then the word bow in chat, and it will show that.
Oh, you guys,
if you're on the PC,
I have no idea how to do that stuff. Colon bow.
No, just one colon and then the word bow.
Okay. Yes. Nice. Well, JT, we get 2 superheroes, but one isn't featured. But there is it is introduced. They are introduced.
Are they? Or
Well,
he?
I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
So the cover is pretty good. It's exciting, right? I mean, Joker's...
Get some police down there.
Yeah, look how high up he is. He's on top of the bridge and he's getting ready to throw this lady
in,
off the
Brooklyn,
top of the bridge.
Perhaps?
Do what?
It's in Brooklyn.
Well, this is Star City. This is Green Lantern's city. He patrols this town. It's called Star City. And there you go. Star City.
And there's Tim, FKHC 2005. Hey, sir. Thank you for dropping in. Looks like we got people starting to roll in here right when we're going to get started.
Yeah, we're doing Predator tomorrow.
Oh,
I haven't seen that in, I don't know.
Very nice.
2 years? Year or so? I was trying to stay away from the big blockbuster ones. But man, that movie came out in 87. Okay.
I was around then.
I was around
then. Yes.
I graduated high school in 87.
So would not have been in the theater at that point, but I was around.
I watched that on Tubi. It's so outdated. It's got Kevin Bacon in it. Did you know that, JT?
I did.
You did know that?
I did.
Yeah. So I forgot that he was in that. The original Friday the 13th. It's on Tubi or something. I watched it. Damn, all those damn commercials, though, man, get on my nerves.
Oh, hail Buddy Hepburn.
Buddy's here as well.
Yeah, and Lady V says, I was born in 87, and then
born in
KHC 2005 says 87, nice. Which century? Which is kind of cold. Kind of cold, sir.
Yeah, because
I think Lady V's got a good sense of humor, so
she does.
You know.
She does. Hey, Buddy Hepburn. There you are. So hail to you guys. I was just talking to JT about Green Lantern's town, Buddy, and Tim, you guys know this, that is Star City.
But this is Green Arrow.
It's his town. Green Arrow. Yeah.
Well, you said you said Green Lantern.
Oh, did I? My bad.
Yes.
I was thinking of Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, and
sure.
What's his name with the bowl cut in the new movie? Which I am not going to go see now.
I'm always bad with names, Dave. It's bad. You get me on that, and then the Great Admiral Teague is like, oh, it looks like so and so, and I'm just like, yeah, I have no idea who that is, but I'll just keep agreeing with the host.
Yeah, it's the guy. It's the Green Lantern with the bowl cut. He talks a lot of shit to Batman in the Brave and the Bold animated cartoon. And Batman just walks right up and punches him right in his grill.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got a bowl cut. What do you expect?
I can't think of his name, but yeah, he's a real jerk. But anyway, so yeah, we get two superheroes, and I won't spoil alert for you. It will be brought up. Joker's right at it, man. He's not wasting any time in this comic, and he's going to throw this lady right off the top of the bridge.
Oh, that sounds hilarious.
Yeah. Great stuff, right? So if you read the intro block here, it'll tell you who the second superhero is.
Oh, well, so first he says, "Hear this, Star City, clear the bridge and let me leave town unless you get your kick seeing Dina, Lance, splattered hither and yon." Yeah,
splattered.
It's been a long day and I'm on coffee, so if I say splattered, don't you just go with me here?
Yeah, Guy Gardner. That's that guy's name.
The mad jester of crime is loose in the home city of Green Arrow. In the life of the woman who is secretly Black Canary hangs by a strand of green hair.
So we get two.
Gold star for the Joker.
The Joker. And I still like this art. I love this the Joker part. It's nice. It's cool. Yeah, so we get Black Canary. Black Canary is introduced as well.
Cool.
Spoiler alert.
Like,
she doesn't do much. She's not really featured too much other than.
I was going to say real quick, we have the script by Elliot Simigan, art by Garcia Lopez and Vince Coletta.
Yes.
And then the editor, once again, Julius with the Schwartz as big as mine.
Julius with the Schwartz. And speaking of that, Schwarzenegger will be featured tomorrow night.
Yes.
So there you get a nice little background shot of Star City. Seems nice, doesn't it?
It does. It does, and it seems well done. It seems better done than the Black Panther version of a major city, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's basic art and it works. There's not a lot of detail. It's just, but it's not a blank slate either. They put something in there, and it looks cool. It's fine. It's good. You got the bridge,
Right.
and there you go.
FKHC 2005 says R.I.P. Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson from.
I'm afraid I don't get the reference.
Is that the singer? Was he from the Beach Boys? No. I don't know why that came to mind.
Well, Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, yeah. Oh, he did pass today.
Oh my God, I got that. See, JT, that I told you it's been weird for me.
Yeah. I had not heard that, but it looks like the obits were coming out 2-3 hours ago.
Wow. Yeah. Dude, they've been around.
Sad.
Well,
anyway, shall we press on?
Yeah, so I got a little confused. Old Sol sneaks a peek over the horizon.
The name for the sun.
Soul. Old Soul. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it now.
Like in Star Trek, they say the Sol system. That's just the name of the sun.
I got distracted. I thought it was the name of the bus driver because he was taking a peek over the horizon. So I totally missed that.
I can see that.
So I'm 1 for 5 now. But Soul, I get it. Okay. All right. Because the bus was distracting me. And I'm like, oh, I bet I know who that is. Can you take a wild guess who's driving the bus?
One of the security guards.
Oh, that would have been great if it was. It would have been both of them on there. That would have been hilarious. But alas, no. It's not Creeper, but this dude here is creeping up on our previously foreseen maiden in distress here at the top. See? Let's scroll back up. So it's intertwined. It's kind of a flashback, sort of. Okay.
So before the sun raises.
Yeah, they're doing a Highlander here.
Okay, so the bus is there.
Yeah, and he pulls.
So they're going to pick up the woman that Joker had over his head.
Yeah. He stops and decides, oh, hey, can I get some flowers? I guess she has a flower shop, apparently.
He's just opening it.
Yeah, but look at the face.
Looks kind of suspicious, doesn't it?
It's a little weird.
Hack is the name.
Where's all the makeup?
Harry Hack.
Ha. Yeah.
You see that? Harry Hack, the way it's stacked up. Ha ha.
Caught on. Very good. Very nice. He's just like totally creeping up on her. Hey, my vision of beauty.
And he only wants 11 red roses. And she's like, don't you mean 12?
Yeah, she's like, he knows her first name.
And her last name.
It's not, well, but the first name's not written on the door. But so he asks her, so she tells him, but he already knows who she is, right? Because he's totally creeping on her.
Buddy.
Harry Sack, yeah. Nice. That would have been even better. Harry Sad Sack that would have been copyrighted. Yeah. Sad Sack. So
that's
anyway,
how they spelled it. Yeah. All right, Harry, whoever you are, want to say anything on the card this comes with? And then he says, these 11 beauties, comma, held next to you, comma, surely make a lovely dozen, exclamation point.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Lady V, would that work on you? If somebody pulled that line on you, would you like that line? Well, maybe if they give you a dozen roses, I guess, right? I mean, they're only going to wilt and die in about a week anyway. So, but anyhow. Yeah, she told us she's in. She's in, JT. She's in for that line.
Oh, apparently.
There you go. All right. It is Lady V approved. You're a sucker for effort. Well, I mean, all right. I like that.
It is a bit much for my style, personally, but I don't really have a style. I've been married a long time, so my game isn't like this anyway.
Well, you can give me a really nice statue of Vampirella and Huntress together in that old school outfit. I'd be happy with that.
Or a gigantic Gojira, right?
Yes. Yes, that'll work.
That's the way. Well,
one the other day.
There's always the way to your heart is through your stomach too. At least for us guys.
A medium rare ribeye and a Godzilla action figure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm just now getting pumped up. I've been avoiding the coffee lately.
The funny part is this. Yeah. Oh, I'm on the coffee pretty good here. The funny part about this is that he kind of just gets out of there and he does like a Grand Theft Auto maneuver. He just like backs it into traffic.
Yeah.
He floors it.
Well, before that, he's even really creeping on her now. She's like, oh, how romantic. And he calls her, no love of my life. I'll eat them here.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
So he's a wackadoo. So we know who that is. Just from, the face, but in the way he talks. And then you're right. He just goes all freaking, Road Warrior, Mad Max type crap. Would you say GTA?
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. Mad Max GTA mix gear. And he has no qualms about it because, it's a choker. You don't give a shit.
Right. When he's in a big bus.
Yeah.
He can kind of do what he wants.
So he smashes. That's one. He smashed into that one. Oh my gosh. Right into the pole too.
Mm-hmm.
Then he made another car smash into that's 2 or 3 he's already hit.
Oh yeah.
Now he's booming down the road. It's making people jumping out of the way. Well, no, look, the police are there. So they show up pretty quickly. Not like Gotham, which.
Well, so he gets away laughing. And she's like, what the hell? Okay. So they're going to the Port Authority Terminal car park on 39th Street.
Yeah.
So almost for what? Like a cruise? Or some type of waterbound journey?
He's always got a plan. You know that. He wouldn't be in Star City without he is crazy shit, but he's always got some kind of thing going on. Whether it works or not, it's one thing. And he's just trash and everything, acting like the Joker. And
right.
That's right. He jumped. I forgot. He jumped to the roof. And then the police are actually chasing him. So they do have some popo around in Star City. And then we get the reveal here. So that's him. That was a mask the whole time. I thought it was like makeup or something on top of his regular skin.
It was a total mask.
Yeah. So
we have no idea what the hell he's up to.
No idea. I mean, only for the cover, you're like, okay, so like I said, the cover, we're going back in time. And the cover is a flashback or whatever you want to call it. And now he's just sitting on the roof after he's just caused major damage. And he's just doing his crazy thing. And we get back to Oliver and Dinah, who is actually the Black Canary.
Mm-hmm.
So they're dating, or they might even be married here. I'm not sure. Probably married. I think.
Before that, real quick, the Joker was up there on the roof putting a flower that's, I'm sure, loaded with something.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's picking out the petals. She loves me not. She loves me not, which classic kind of twisted, weird thing that you'd expect from the Joker.
Yes, exactly. So basically, if you haven't caught on, and I'm sure you have, is that this issue is just, a complete separate from everything else, because we didn't remember last week. We're like, it ended so abruptly. It's just kind of like, but then, so now apparently Joker just has this thing for the Black Canary. This issue, that's all it is. He is, as we well know, complete murdering psychopath.
This leisure suit guy over here, or whatever the hell, with the turtleneck and the sport coat. I don't know how he's not. I don't know how he doesn't have sweat just rolling down his face, dressed in that warm. But okay, maybe they don't have heat in Gotham.
Well, it's the 70s. We've seen a couple of those. I've seen a couple.
Like, I gotta remind you, Jared, JT, it's in the 70s.
Yeah. But guess what we get in this picture?
Yeah.
Guess what else we get? You're so distracted. You missed it.
You get a kind of off angle.
Oh, I get my green plant over here in the corner.
Oh, well, I wasn't looking at that.
Yes. I just noticed it.
I was looking at something else. So
yeah, I kind of know what you're looking at. She probably has a nose ring with that blue hair, but it's all good.
Oh, Dave, don't ruin it like that for me. Come on.
She's hot. She's definitely hot. Right? Well, she is.
Yeah.
So, but that, who this is? That's Oliver Queen.
Oh, hail Phantom Outsider.
Fanty. Hey. Heyo. How's it going? Welcome aboard. We are just introducing JT, to Star City, and Oliver Queen is rocking that turtleneck today.
Yeah.
That Oliver and Dinah Black Canary are, hooking up. But
that they didn't get married until the 2000s. So they're
they dating here then. Yeah. So Oliver's kind of mad that this crazy dude came in. He's giving his girlfriend a bunch of flowers and acting weird. So he's being like, who's this guy? Sure. Right? Any boyfriend probably would, for the most part anyway, which she does own a floral shop. So, but then it's like some guy comes in and gives her a bunch of flowers and talks really, really crazy. It's probably a little bit of a concern, but who knows?
And Phantom Outsider says Ollie likes to cheat on her a lot. Well, I hope not. It looks like an upstanding gal. So.
Did he ever cheat on with the Huntress? Oof, boy. The Huntress is something else.
Anyway,
sorry, I know what it is, dude.
So you got him over here, real upset. The police banned radio. Attention all units. A reported jewel robbery and mass murder on the corner of Lexington.
Wait. Go back up to his little jealousy fit here.
Your suitor, some kind of lunatic who stole a bus from Gotham and turned up this morning.
Yeah. So he's ranting and raving about this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good art, though, right? Look at the hair.
Oh yeah,
nice.
It is. It's a horrible suit coat, but it's drawn very well.
It's a 70s.
It's drawn very.
It's probably corduroy.
Oh, I couldn't even put that on
in the chat.
Dave, I couldn't even put that on. The feel of that fabric would. Oh man. Give me the creeps.
God, who had corduroy pants?
I did when I was younger, and I refused to put them on.
Well, you live out in the cold, man. It's kind of like a necessity where you're at, right? No?
You could put jeans on. You can put snow pants on.
Snow pants on. But it's lined in corduroy.
No.
Just kidding.
No.
Okay. But anyway, Oliver's kind of upset here because not only did some Yeah, well, it's fine if some guy hits on your girl and she's hot, but when they robbing buses and all this kind of stuff, and you're a super kind of guy, it's a concern, a legitimate concern. Because apparently he knew about the bus being stolen 2 days ago. Because he has that, would you say, police band radio sitting right there?
Well, she says that. Listen to they have a police scanner.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, in the flower shop, which, every flower shop I go to buy flowers has their police scanner up on the shelf.
She's a superhero too. So
we don't know that. We don't know that.
What?
We don't know that.
That she's a superhero?
Yeah.
That's Black Canary.
But not so far.
Yeah. That's Black Canary.
Regular. She's regular in this, though.
No. Well, this is her incognito. You're not supposed to know she's Black Canary. But we do, because they told us.
So back to this. They say, attention all units, a jewel robbery and a mass deletion on the corner of Lexington and Broome.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about that for a second. What did we talk about last week and the week before, what Joker did to that one guy? Remember what he did to the one dude?
He tossed him in the waste reclamation furnace.
Yeah. Not something that you would want here.
Not the O word. No.
Yeah. And now you've got not just a jewelry robbery, but a mass that. And it's like, what? When I read that, I was like, what? What the hell is going on? I'm like, oh, jewelry robbery and a what? Come on, dude. So I don't know what's going on there, JT and everybody. They threw that in there, and I'm like, is that necessary? We can talk about it later.
This is probably the Joker anyway.
Could be. Yeah. That's what I'm assuming. That's how they're getting away with putting it in there. It
sounds a little over the top. Because
they didn't really show that in the bus crashes. There's just some people running away, and nobody actually being taken out. And then all of a sudden you get this. It's a little like, what? Okay. I was like, all right, I'll go with it. It is the Joker. But I like this swish, whoosh, when he runs away.
Well, you have him needing to transform into Green Arrow to apparently do the police's work, because they say over the radio there is no patrol car in the immediate vicinity. Also reported as a water main break. And I'm like, at this point, 99% sure that this is the Joker on the radio.
It almost, I was going to say something about what's going on now, but I shall not.
I had to be a betting man, I would say that the Joker is deliberately calling this in to get Green Arrow away. So that way the Joker can move in on the lovely lady in the flower shop.
That's a pretty good assertion. I didn't think of that when I first read this, because I got distracted with some comedy that if you kind of wrote this today and you really wanted to interject comedy into this, remember we were talking about the good nut shots that they missed out on going all the way back to Black Panther. Yeah, especially the one you brought up the first time. That would have been 5-star hilarious. Imagine now, because you brought this up. I just didn't even think of this earlier. He's swishing. He's running out because he's got to change into his uniform, like you said.
Yeah.
Because he's got a customer there. He can't do it right there.
Yeah.
That's some regular civilian in there, and they got to hide their identities. Now, he's not Superman, correct?
Correct.
He can't do this in the blink of an eye like Superman or Flash. Right?
Correct.
So imagine like he's really in a hurry and he's like trying to put his tights on. He's falling over and he's
hopefully he's got it underneath, but getting just those boots on is going to take you a while.
Right. Because he's got dress shoes on, because this is 7. He's probably got cotton bell bottoms on with hard decks on. And maybe the top part, maybe the tights and stuff he might have on. But the boots, he's trying to get the boots on. He's falling over. He's like, where's my damn hat?
Yeah.
And it takes him like a couple minutes to get ready. And they do a meanwhile,
Well,
Anyway,
and don't forget, right?
fun.
In several multi-alarm fires. So you're like, okay, I get it. It's got to be the Joker.
Oh, so that's what you were talking about with Phantom. Said he cheats a lot with other ladies. Sometimes he rescues them. Okay.
Oh,
Nice guy. Green Arrow dated Dinah and mom and daughter was because in Justice Society she jumped Earth. Okay. Good. Thank you so much. I love the detail from the chat. It helps out to keep characters, to get background information when we talk about characters, because we don't know them that well, or at least most of them that well.
So Green Arrow's the stereotypical nice guy that is just like that because he wants to get in your pants.
Pretty much. He reminds me of an anime character called Ryo Saiba from City Hunter. If you want toxic dude, he's great with a gun. He's a detective type bodyguard kind of guy, but he is I would say in this day and age probably do some jail time.
Probably
not a lot, because he didn't go that far. He would never do that far, but he's a little handsy, if you get my drift.
Yeah,
he's handsy, and you can't get away with that.
What are we talking, like Bill Clinton handsy?
No, not even that bad.
Okay,
but he can touchy feely a little bit every now and then,
like sniffing hair. Handsy.
Close.
Okay,
a little bit, even a little bit more, but not as far as the other stuff. He's actually he'll actually be a good guy when it comes to that kind of thing. But everything in between is it's bad. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, you couldn't get away with that shit today. But he's generally a good guy. But I get what you're saying, Fanty. It reminds me of that character. In fact, if I was to do like Nick does on Tuesday nights, everybody, Toxic Tuesday. If I did toxic anime, he'd probably be the poster child.
Yeah. So,
but anywho.
And I guess my suspicions are proved correct. At the moment on the roof of the building of the flower shop, he is saying, maybe I should have added there's hamburger all over the highway just to confuse him.
Yes. So, JT, you got it right. It was the Joker all along. Tee-hee. So there was no mass murder, because what got me was, that there were cops there on the scene. There wasn't a bunch of, like you said, the mass stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I didn't quite catch that, because I was under the impression that I was just going with it. Like we're mostly stuck with sometimes. Correct. We just have to go, especially with the Joker character and some of the things that he does with his costume that are just so outlandish and ridiculous that you just have to go with it. So they got me with that, but you caught on. That's why you're such a good partner in crime here. Smart.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. Let's see. Good. So
Fancy says top, he was 4 other ones.
Yeah, there's some stuff in there. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
I guess write what you know, but that asks a lot of unsettling questions of the people who have written this character. Anyway, I realized the only solution, talking about Dina Lance, would be to marry her or do the deletion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Batman box. Okay.
I'm loving the Batman.
Yeah, what's in the Batman box? That's what I'm wondering.
Let's scroll down. Yeah, so his obsession with Dinah Lance is not one you want if you're in her position. If you are her, you do not want that.
Silver Queen is Green Arrow has slipped into action through a rear exit. Giggity. Well, the crime clown
apparently watches the front. A lot of rear exits.
Oh boy!
Sorry, anyway. I couldn't resist. This is a Joker. I'm in my Joker persona.
It is.
I'm not even drinking coffee or alcohol or anything.
It is.
The Batman box is hilarious.
So okay, he fell for the oldest trick in the book. And then the raven-headed beauty is emerging. So I guess that means her to a clever surprise in the form of a Joker Jack in the Box fishnet. I ought to
she wears
patent it.
fishnet. Huntress will wear fishnets.
I know. Well, maybe.
And here's the thing that I was telling you about Black Canary, that yes, we get introduced to her here. Obviously, it's not an origin thing because it's nothing really about her. She's got a flower shop. She's dating Green Arrow.
Yeah.
But she can't use any of her powers here. Have you noticed that, JT? Have you kind of wondered when she's going to bust out and do something?
Maybe those words in another context. Yes.
Well, you know what her power is, right? Do you not know? She can scream. That would shatter you. Depending, she could delete you if she really. I think
she can nag you to death.
The buddy.
She can nag you to death. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, you don't want her screaming at you. I can tell you that. Yeah,
joking, folks. I'm joking.
You don't want the screamer on this one.
Okay. I'm going to leave that one alone too.
Well, your upstairs neighbor would want to screw. Okay. Anyway,
what is this? And is what she's saying. And then the guy that was just in the shop in the previous frames when Green Arrow ran out is out there in front to witness this abduction. And what was that, Dave?
I said height, Japanese. Yes.
Okay. So he says, help somebody. The poor girl's been caught like a flounder. Interesting. And then Joker was expecting more witnesses. All right.
Well, that's actually kind of a good statement from him, considering it's daytime in the city. You would think there was probably at least one more person walking around in the streets.
Right. He gets hit in the back of the head, and it kind of messes him up.
Yeah, he caught a raw deal here, dude. This poor guy right here, man. He wrong place, wrong time, because he caught the. Well, yeah, he gets Joker just takes him out, just like that. Boop, like it was nothing.
Yep.
There you go. So that poor dude there is just going to buy some flowers and runs into the Joker. Ruined his day. Yeah, so you caught him with the like a poison dart or something with the lightning thing. So bad juju there.
So he knows it's the Joker. But the clown Prince of Crime and Dina are, to the Green Arrow's horror, nowhere to be found. Is later. There's a phone in the truck?
Yeah.
What?
Isn't that cool? Yeah, there you go. This is the onset of
cell phone?
Mobile communications. Yeah, basically it's just a radio type of thing. But he called it a phone, but they put it in as a phone straight up. Old school phone.
Oh, it's a radio. Okay. I was like, what in tarnation?
They made it they drew it as a phone. Look, it looks exactly like you said. There's a phone in the truck. You just rang him up. Hey, bud, what's up? Now, what would have been cool if it was our old two guys working for the Joker now?
Oh, it should have been. It should have been.
They could have been Was it Marv and oh gosh, what's the other guy's name? His horror because he was missing.
Yeah, I know.
Benny and Marv.
Benny and Marv. Yep.
They finally stopped trying to get legit jobs and just start working for the Joker. That would have been great.
He says he's crossing on the bridge. Oh, I don't know. What's gold with zebra stripes and 5 points? Star we're going to steal. And ha ha ha. I lied about the stripes.
Well, So if you saw earlier in the art,
Mm-hmm.
the bridge has a big, humongous, huge star as a welcoming thing in Welcome to Star City as you drive in. Something kind of nice.
Yes.
They're stealing it. But remember, Joker's always got something going on. Why would he steal something like that? Wait and see. And to show you the mobile communications, look at the old school board they're using there at the police
switchboard at the police department. Yeah.
So we're talking in the 70s here, 75.
So he's like, you go do something. It's the Joker. And then the cops are like, well, yeah, but we need more to go on than that.
Yeah, well, they're like, what's going on? He's kind of pissed because he's hitting on his girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. He's not quite aware that the Joker fooled him here yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not in a good mood. He thinks all this stuff is going on. And he has no idea that basically all that's gone on is that he took the bus and rammed a bunch of cars. That's about it. All that other stuff was fake. There was no mass deletions. So, but Green Arrow doesn't know that yet. So he's like really pissed off. Come on, you gotta, the trope. Come on, cops, do something. They're like,
right.
Relax, dude. We have no idea what the hell's going on other than some guy took a bus. And even Green Arrow was like, yeah, okay, you got me on that one. Okay, you're right. I'll chill. I'll take a chill pill.
So conveniently, and this is a little too conveniently for me, he's in the police office to overhear at the police station about the bridge.
Yeah, I don't know that he would have gone to the police station straight away. I don't know if that's kind of like maybe Phantom or somebody could. I think this is just kind of like you said. It's in this comic. Not too many of the superheroes are running on a mad dash to go help out or going straight to the local precinct.
Yeah.
And then waste time standing around asking about help.
Right.
I think it was just something they thought of. Oh, let's just put it in there. Just put it in there for filler to show that he cares because he's really upset here. He's like he's even coming at them a little bit until he realizes that he's wrong, and then he takes off again. Swoosh, boom, gone. See you. Because Joker has communications. They don't have any. He has no communications with his girl or anything like that. Like she can't talk to him. It just came over the police radio. He doesn't have any of that stuff, but Joker does. He's got a car phone, which is pretty cool. All right, so back up on the bridge. JT, let's see what's going on here. There's your star. See, welcome to Star City. But
so they've got a magnetic device of some sort on this truck that's causing the bridge to shake and go all over the place, and it's causing panic on the bridge. And they're saying the cable is about had it. Shoot out of the back of this thing, which you have the Joker mobile with some kind of a tow behind trailer. Interesting. I never saw a hitch on his car before, but maybe he put one on.
Well, so you'll catch on to. I didn't catch on to that either until basically what he does here is he times it that it shook the star loose.
Yeah.
Instead of just going up there and like undoing the like a bolt cutter or something, I guess. I don't know, and just knock it off into a trailer.
And she calls him crazy, which was funny, is that he's like, crazy is exactly what I am. My legal residence is a home for the criminally insane. I can do whatever I want because I'm not legally responsible for my actions. The state is.
That's great,
dude. LOL. I love that argument. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, she's trying to. He doesn't play around with certain things. He went straight at her with that. Well, yeah, I am crazy. I live in a home where they're criminally insane. I get my mail there. So he straight up kind of tells her, hey, yeah, you're right. I am. What about it? So what? I can do whatever the hell I want.
And of course, the star falls right into the trailer.
Yeah, you could see it in the back of the trailer. He times it. He times it perfectly. And then, oh boy, Oliver shows up.
Swinging like Tarzan somehow. The what's really far off is the scale on this, but okay.
Yeah, the scale's a little weird, and you notice these action pieces are just all whiteboarded on. There's like no background on the big panes until you get to the small panes. It doesn't bother us in this comic that much. It doesn't for me. I did really notice it here, especially when Green Arrow's doing his action pose.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, Phantom Outsider brings up a good point. Joker leaned into the fact that he's crazy, but he should have also added that he was currently crazy for her. That's a missed opportunity.
I don't know when the Patsy Cline song came out, but he could have sang something like crazy for loving you. You're right, fan. Good call. Yeah, they miss out on a lot of opportunities in these comics for actually, more hilarious bits.
Green Arrow says, "Give it up, fella. You're out of your league now." And Joker inquires, "Out of my league?" That's a laugh. And floors it.
Yeah, they make a really bad joke here. Then a little overboard on the Arrow stuff, but it's Green Arrow. And he even makes a comment about it because it's so overboard. He has to tell us that he's telling himself he's really, really good at what he does. If that makes any sense. Because he shoots a bolo. And I think everybody knows what a bolo is. It used to be the weapon with the balls. And it could be, you see it in the movies. They'll throw it at the leg, wrap around somebody's head.
Shaft with pair of balls dangling behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he shoots it so well that it hits the mirror, then conveniently wraps around the steering wheel several times within the confines. So anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even for Green Arrow, that's a little much. But it's funny to me because
it is funny.
Like I said, well, he describes it to us, to himself. He is really that good to get away with it. So they explain.
You notice he is so jealous of the Joker that he would rather shoot this arrow perfectly so that the car crashes on her side into the side of the bridge in a vehicle with no seat belts or airbags.
Yeah, and
if he can't have her, no one else can too.
And she's tied up. She can't even throw her hands out to protect herself. If you didn't notice that before, her hands are tied. So it was a little reckless on his part there, to be honest with you.
Just a little.
They showed it. I mean, the car crashes pretty badly there with her in it, but she's okay. Yeah, she's fine. Yeah, it's okay, JT. Calm down. It's okay.
Okay.
I know you're worried about her.
Yes. Of course, I'm
excited.
I have two big concerns. Yeah.
But you're not wrong. He totally trashes the Joker mobile with her sitting in the front seat, tied up like that. Anywho, no Joker. He don't care. He's already in the action, man. He's already fighting back. So, well, look. Okay, so this third pane here. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but look what Arrow does here. He hits the brake with an arrow.
The brake or the clutch?
I'm assuming that that's going to be the brake there. Okay. I don't know if that's an automatic or not, or a stick. I think it's a stick. Didn't they show that it was a stick earlier?
Yeah, I don't know.
But anywho, it's it's going to be the break there because it's in the middle. I think I'm just assuming. But
okay,
that's just it's just for them to alleviate everything we just said about the car crashing to get back at us 50 some years later.
Right. So he throws the stink bomb.
The stink bomb, yeah.
Yeah. Don't puncture it. And of course, Green Arrow shoots right through it.
Yeah.
Joker's laughing because, of course, it smells like dirty diapers. Is what I'm picturing it smelling like.
It's
sends him straight to his knees.
It's the actual laughing gas, and that's pretty potent stuff. It's pretty bad. If it gets a hold of you. I mean, he even took out that poor civilian guy when he hit it directly into his neck. But this, like you said, is kind of a stink bomb one.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, it takes, and he gets kicked in the face for it too. Does he kick him right? And kicks him.
Oh yeah, he winds up. He winds up like he's about ready to do, some kind of a.
He cracks him good here.
Yeah, and like a punt.
That they didn't do any of the Batman stuff. Pow, crack, bang. Thwack. So you can almost
Green Arrow's laughing. Phantom Outsider brings up a great point. Why didn't Joker just back up over him before he left?
Well, yeah, right. I mean, he could have just stomped him a few times, like jumped up and down on him a couple times, and as vicious as we've seen him
tossed him over the end of the center span of the bridge.
Yeah, as vicious as, I mean, considering what we've seen him do to people already.
Right.
One swift kick it's a brutal kick, though. Don't get me wrong. It should have had teeth flying. If it was a modern day comic, it would have had teeth and stuff flying, right? Blood and teeth. But this is 75. It's a little hypocritical because what they did to that guy a couple issues ago, but they don't do art like that. They won't let them. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So this kick here, and Oliver's not some little skinny punk dude either. He's a big muscle guy, but still a good, like you said, he wound up, Dan. he punted him, man. And if it wasn't for the gas, like you said, he would have been groaning in pain and knocked completely out. I mean, that's a concussion or something, I would think. But you just go with it after that. But yeah, he brutally kicks the shit out of him
and gets away. So then later, Green Arrow is not at the hospital. He's just hanging out in shame, like the failure he is, at the police station.
Sorry, I was talking to the chat while you were talking. That's rude. That's my bad.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
No, so then we're looking at this. What he's like, they found an abandoned truck that matches the description of the one that the Joker used. So they're giving the order to break into it and see what they can find inside. Well, the thing is, it's not an active police pursuit. Wouldn't you need a warrant?
Oh, I don't think they give a damn about a warrant back then.
Oh, yeah.
For what's going on to break into a truck. Yeah, that's probably why they said we're going to break into it anyway. That's just all filler, comic filler. They found it.
So we get to the big scene here, Lady V. You appreciated the flowers earlier, but right here, get your hands tied behind your back, and then some crazy guy asks you to marry him.
Well, if you don't marry him, then what?
Well, he's gonna do the Amazon return.
Yeah, he for full refund. and of course she insults him, which you never know if he's gonna laugh or be mad. You can't tell with him. You think he'd be mad, but he's kind of blew it off. He didn't care. And so he calls his homie Hector, who's in the truck, and he's telling Joker that they broke into the back of the truck and they're gonna replace the star in the bridge. And I was a little confused as to, I guess the Joker drove like really, really far away and got away. Like you said, he got away. It's obvious he got away. So he must have drove like a long way away.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's just like no police pursuit, and he's in a smashed up Joker mobile.
Right. And hail to the great Admiral Teague, sir.
Teague, hey,
sir.
Teague. Let me do some typing.
We'll get him back tomorrow, Admiral Teague. We'll get the stupid Orioles back tomorrow.
Oh, you guys are talking baseball.
Baseball. Yeah, he's trying to rub that Tigers loss in my face.
Let's see.
Anyway, at least we didn't lose to Miami. That's all I can say. But anyway.
So now Green Lantern's just kind of stuck wandering around. Right. I mean,
yeah.
He's just kind of like, I don't know what to do. Which is real. That's what they put in here. And like, I don't know what that man wants with Dinah. And I'm kind of thinking, really, man, you don't know what he wants with her. Okay. But he's kind of catching on to this whole star thing because it's the Joker. So he's thinking outside the box here, JT. Yeah. He's like, okay. He should know what he wants with Dinah. I think that's already been covered.
Yeah, if you don't know, you must be blind.
Yeah, that's a little weird statement. But the good part of this is he's thinking a little bit more like, all right, this is the Joker. So there's got to be, because I had mentioned this like 2 or 3 times already. There's got to be something else going on. Yeah. You just never know. His whole point is you don't know with the Joker. He's just so crazy. But you have to think of the worst and work your way up with him if you want to save people and figure out what he's trying to do. It's possible he just leaves town, right? It's possible. Mm-hmm. But when you're dealing with him, you have to think, wait, what's he up? What could he be up to? You got to think like Batman would here. There's more to it. There's always more to it unless there isn't. And that's the way you have to think with him. So I give him credit here, or the writers, for putting that in there for his character, that he's thinking about that. I'm like, wait. So he notices that when the Joker left, the car was on the opposite side of the bridge. Remember the vans in that one issue? One van was on one side of the building and the other tanker tanker was on the other side. Mm-hmm. And nobody knew. Nobody could see it. Well, he's figured.
You would have thought they would have figured that out.
You would have thought. Yeah, you would have thought. I mean, it's possible that the Joker just wanted to steal the damn star and leave town just for fun. But if you think like that, then you're gonna allow him to get away with some really, really bad stuff later because you didn't think deeply. Anywho, where are we at? They're putting the star back up. Already.
Yes, they're putting up a replacement star. Indeed, the vehicles raise the star to the top of the archway, welcoming travelers to Star City. They put up the booby-trapped star as we prepare to raise ourselves to the heights. Mirthful master of mayhem with his lovely hostage, whom together from their lofty golden perch will hold the city at their mercy. Okay, so you haven't figured it out yet what the new star, have you? Oh, then he's telling her his fiendish plan because I think he wants to impress her.
Yeah, not only is he, he's bragging about what he's going to do. Most villains will do that before they get the job done and get caught, right? It's just a trope. Comic style is the villains talk too much before the end, and then they screw it all up. But did you notice what he did to her?
He tied her up.
Well, she's already been tied up, but there's something else he did to her. Right?
He put the mask on, covered her so she can't scream.
Yes, there you go. Because at one point, sooner or later, when nobody's around, she's getting ready to rip into him. And you're like, well, why can't she just do it? Well, he gagged her.
He's getting ready to nag him to death. Yes.
Yeah. Why are you going to do this? Why are you going to do that?
Yeah. Okay. Would you believe that there are those lovely laughing death radiation sources in the lower points of the new star, which will delete drivers of the cars that pass below so quickly that their cars will pile up to block off the entire bridge?
And here we go with the horrible, horrible stuff that Joker's capable of. It reissues.
But okay, so they're going to figure out like the cause of it pretty quickly, and blocking up one bridge doesn't seem like a crime worthy of his reputation. But hey, whatever.
Yeah, so I was a little bit confused as to the left pane here that's obviously like a police car, even though it's in green down there. They put up a star, and then Joker's bragging to her, and then he goes up on the crane here. You see that, JT? That yes. Now he's going. So everybody left. There's nobody around. And they sneak in because the police did it, or the city put up the news star, and then he comes back, and then he says that there's these lovely, like you said, lovely laughing death radiation sources that are going to delete a lot of people. So why did he's taking her up there.
Yes. They're going up there together.
Got it. Okay, that's how they get back up there. Okay, there it is there. I missed that earlier. Okay, got it.
So what doesn't make sense is why are you going up there? But he's revealing the next part of his plan. He's going to cut off the access to the nearest police station to the art museum on the far side, which you would think they would have police stations on both sides of the bridge, but
yeah,
we'll forget about that.
We'll forget about that.
Whose priceless display of porcelain clown figures will soon be mine. Appropriate? Yes.
No, not appropriate, because you're going to just mass delete a bunch of people to go rob some clown figures that normally you would just sneak in and steal.
Yes.
With some gas, because all you got to do is make sure your boys Benny and Marv get hired.
Throw the laughing gas at them, and take anyway. But the moment the two step onto the archway on top of the bridge, their ears are assaulted by the peal of sirens and the flash of searchlights. Before either has time to react to one surprise,
old boy shows up.
He uses his arrow to loose the restraints.
Yes, he is that good. He can do that and not injure her.
Yes.
Oh, and I'm loving these lasers. Look at the bell bottoms.
And she gives him a roundhouse kick with a little entanglement there.
She
to trip him up.
If you don't know about her, she can fight. And Huntress, Black Canary can fight. She's trained. She's not a wuss. She'll punch you. She'll kick you in the face. But it's just her talent level. I don't know. I mean, Batman can handle her. You know what I mean? But like Huntress and stuff like that, Huntress can use a lot of different weapons and can fight as well. But they don't have any. She doesn't have any like super strength or anything like that, other than that voice. She can.
Well, still, she tripped him up.
Oh yeah, she knows martial arts. She can. She jacks him up here pretty badly and gets pretty close to our cojones shot.
Yeah,
pretty close.
He does at that.
But those bell bottoms and deck shoes didn't do Joker any favor there.
Yeah.
And catches him off guard. It's a good move by her. She's helping her boy out and she gets into the action. So I definitely like that. And like you said,
here we go. Here we go. The woke trying to, be the feminist here. Green Arrow, the fake feminist, because he wants to get in her pants. He says, that'll teach you to underestimate a woman, and this will teach you to not leave your chin unguarded.
And and we're giving her all the credit in the world for being highly trained and strong and all this, and he's got to throw that in there. We don't need that, dude. When we were growing up, we loved our superhero women.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't think like that because we liked them, and they were badasses. You know, I grew up on Bionic Woman, Wonder Woman, Charlie's Angels, all you name it, until Alien came around.
He was written as a male feminist on purpose, I think.
Well, I
don't think they're trying to message us. I think it's written on purpose.
It's written
to make him look more toxic.
Exactly. It's not written as an agenda toward the audience. It's written directly for him, which is okay. Except we just gave her all the credit in the world for being a good, tough, solid woman, right?
Yeah, yeah. The funny thing is he is shooting out a stream of mysterious white substance at her face.
You called it.
I'll leave that description for those who aren't looking at it exactly the way I said it.
Well, he shot some stuff on her face.
Some white stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he caught her. He caught her good.
And she's coughing on it.
We didn't draw it, folks. We didn't draw it. So you think to stop me with physical force? I might be insane. So I remember we're getting back to the trash talking and fights, which I love for the most part. We missed out on the last couple of issues of Black Panther. Come on, chat, help us out here. We were set it up for you. So yeah, Joker's talking a lot of shit.
Lady V's just like, oh dear, yes.
Yeah. And then there's the cops again. See, the cops in Star City are around. You've noticed that several times now, right, JT? I mean, they haven't done much, but they're at least around. We've seen where the other Gotham police are never around unless you actually go to the station, or you have to go and get them, like in the one episode.
That's because they're modern policing techniques. They're not allowed to actually do their job, or else they can be sued and arrested for
the Joker
defending people.
The Joker, remember he put the top hat and trench coat on, and then they're like, "Why bother? Nobody cares."
Yeah.
What are you doing? He's like, "Oh, well, he went to the police station." They were like, "Okay." Nobody could look at you and look at your face and say, "That's not the Joker. He's wearing a trench coat. That's somebody else." And then you got the Joker mobile parked like a block away.
It is the Eric Adams Gotham Police Department, after all, from the earlier issue.
So Joker actually calls Green Arrow out here on a fist fight, man. He's like, "You're going to take me on?" I mean, the Green Arrow's not a small dude. He knows how to fight. He's trained. He's a trained martial arts kind of guy. I mean, he's nowhere near Batman level. I would even say Black Canary or Huntress could probably give him a good run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Huntress probably really
He's
good.
too skinny and lanky.
Well, I'm just talent level and fighting. I mean, he's a good fighter. I mean, Phantom and them would know more about his kind of skill level, but I think I'm pretty point on that. I mean, he's badass. He's just not that much of a badass. So Joker and him, I think he could beat up Joker, but he'd have to really work at it. You know, he'd have to be really careful because Joker's a sinister piece of shit, right?
So it is interesting. You think to stop me with physical force, I might be insane, but you are crazy. And the lady is unable to act for the moment. And he plucks under Golden Arrow or Green Arrow here.
Yeah, flips him right off the damn bridge. Yep. Wow.
And I said it with an L, so it's YouTube appropriate. So
I didn't even.
They got him in that chair in the hotel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, we already know what Green Arrow is going to do here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a. They're just showing it.
He's going to shoot another arrow to safety.
Yeah, of course he is. Or fall on something soft or the water, where he didn't fall in the water. So it's a good little panoramic shot here on the 3 little panes where he's swinging. I like this little face of Joker when he's looking down on the bridge. I mean, the art's, it's simple, but it's effective.
Yeah.
He's way down here swinging down. At least they're thinking about doing stuff like this. You follow what I mean, JT?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like when they at least. What did you say, Lady V, about effort? JT and I, we like effort in the comics as well.
Right.
So this is a good little effort for a high rise shot of Joker looking out onto the bridge with him swinging way down there on the other archway, which is kind of cool.
This is probably the longest action scene we've seen yet.
Yeah, it's been going on for numerous panes, and they also, if you notice, they break it up into a lot of small panes.
Right.
They love. Remember, we've talked about this before. They love these. See these 4 panes right here.
Mm-hmm.
They love these continuation action panes. They love to do that. We've seen it several times now, and it's good. I'm not bashing it. I'm just pointing out that that's their MO. And they did a 3-pane one right under here.
But they made them small. There's a lot going on this one page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The last 2 or 3 pages.
13 12 panes on one page. Yeah.
Yep.
So Joker says you saved yourself, Archer. Not Captain Archer, but just, an Archer. How do you think this unarmed girl will do, formidable as she seems, against strength born of what you call madness?
Yeah, he's like, what you gonna do? I'm all crazy, my man. I'm the crazy here. Yeah. You're crazy, but I'm the crazy. What you gonna do? What you gonna come get some? Basically, he's talking a lot of trash.
So then the Eric Adams Gotham Police Department here at the bottom of this. Oh no, you can't get the bad guy. You can't get Joker. You might get the hostage.
Because he's 75. He probably only has a 6-shot revolver there.
There's no way. There's no way.
He's not shooting that up there at them. Yeah,
but it is. But what will happen is the guy has his hand on the trigger and he's going to pull the police officer's arm down, and instead of being up in the air, it's going to be pulled down right into the face of the other officer.
Shoot somebody else.
Not recommended to do something like that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and to justify it, have you noticed now they're doing a lot of things Kirby would do where he caught me off guard? I'm like, what are you doing? And then the next page on a couple of panels, he explains it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that I would talk about that a few times where Kirby got me. I'm like, no way, that's crazy. Yep. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, because he explains it later. They have a little bit of that when they've done it a couple of times. So this little second pane here at the bottom, Green Arrow explains, the police are helpless. It's up to, you see what I mean? It's good comic writing. It's like, it's,
And they used proper grammar. The police are helpless. It's up to my beau and me.
Yeah.
Which I appreciated that. In the hope that the clown doesn't have the guts to knock her off. So Green Arrow,
should know better. He does have the guts. It's just whether he's going to do it or not. Because look what look what he is doing. The Joker here.
He's got some sharp implement.
Yeah,
looks like a dagger or something.
He pulled out a dagger out of his boot, out of his sock or something. He's got it. I'm telling you, he's probably got about.
He's strapped. I mean,
he's strapped.
Yeah. Okay.
And I didn't notice this earlier, but look what he does here. I saw him shoot this, but I didn't catch on to why he did it.
She was going to try to walk down that like a tightrope.
Yeah.
In looks like some kind of platform shoes or shoes with heels. She was going to try to walk down a thin rope.
Well, it is Canary, so she does have the talent to do it. It's whether she's got the guts to, or, you know what I mean? She could do it if she, under this circumstance, though, I don't know. But she's kind of a badass, to be honest with you. And Fanti caught some continuity errors that we missed. That, like, he didn't even have the bow when he fell off the top there or something in his hand. Yeah, she's got to go with it, right?
Yeah.
Joker's not having any of this, JT. He's not letting her get away so easily.
Hell no.
Hell no is right. Yeah, this is the Joker. You're not just gonna skedaddle away from me on some damn piece of rope.
And he does dig into her. Too bad we could have made such beautiful music together, but you probably sing off key. Damn.
No, that's good
Okay.
writing, dude. That is good writing. I got to give him an A+ for at least this part for putting that in there when you're talking about her.
And so she's like, "Oh crap, I'm done for." I was sure he wouldn't actually cut the rope.
Again, she might have been thinking that, but we're not thinking that. Green Arrow made that mistake just a minute ago. I hope I'm kind of betting he won't offer. Well, that's just wrong. We just talked about that. You always have to think the worst of him and work your way up. What's the worst he can do right now? That Batman would think like that. That's why Joker, he always kicked the shit out of Joker. And Joker can, so she's just hoping. Of course she's hoping. I would too, right? I would hope that he would cut it if I was in her position. But walking out on that rope to begin with, I probably wouldn't have even done it with him. But I guess she's just wanting to get the hell out of there. If I was her, I would have just, I don't know about her swimming skills. I mean, that's a long dive into the water. You probably wouldn't survive that.
You would not. You would not.
Yeah.
It's just easy to answer that.
Yeah, because she doesn't have Deadpool abilities. She's not
right.
Her physical strength is only through training and regular working out, going to the gym type shit, doing squats.
Right.
As we can tell.
Yes, we can.
So he shoots another damn arrow.
He shoots multiple because if you scroll down just a wee bit to the bottom of this page, you'll see that he orchestrated some elaborate catch thing going on.
Yeah, he shoots another one for her to fall on or catch or something. I couldn't even keep up with. I was like, what rope? Okay, so Joker cut that rope. He shot a rope this is like the third rope he shot, I guess. I mean, it is Green Arrow.
Right.
So, I mean, that's what he's good at. This is what he does. So, like what you said right here, JT, can you explain what did he do here? The bottom?
He has multiple ropes, and somehow he threaded one of them. It really makes no sense to me. The more that I look at this, I'm like, yeah, I don't get it. I just don't get it. You're trying to trap me with that, weren't you?
No, I actually was hoping you could explain it to me.
Maybe no.
Let's. Okay, so she has a rope. Joker cut it. His rope's already done because he saved himself already, and he shoots. Okay, it hits the rope she had, so he tells her to grab it. Okay, so she grabbed. Okay, I see here down here. The rope she grabbed in mid-flight went all the way to the other archway and saved her from hitting the ground because she grabbed it. Okay. Now the Joker's really pissed.
Yes. He's so mad that he starts to fall. He loses his footing.
He trips over those decks he's wearing. He twists his ankle here.
So he starts to fall, and instead of the woman, it's the mad jester who tumbles toward the dark, choppy river. That's crazy. Nobody can shoot an arrow into the wind that accurately. It's crazy.
Yeah, and Joker, she explains to us here. This is okay. I understand the arrow they went a little overboard explaining it. Oh, it had a suction cup holder on there, and then it becomes a love story. Aw.
Yeah.
I love you, Oliver.
He's laughing at his own impending doom.
Yeah, he doesn't.
It's so funny. He's going to be deleted laughing.
Yeah, he does this. This is not an unusual thing. They've stuck to this with him through numerous time frames and comics, even into animation as well. It's, you remember Batman, the original series? I mean, everybody does. then the Batman animated, not the movie, the animated one. A lot of people hate it because they felt it kind of cheated off with the animated series. I liked it. Don't get mad at me. I do. But they made an offshot movie of Batman versus Dracula, and this happens to the Joker, and he does the same thing. So this is really kind of a thing for him. He falls to his impending doom, like you said, and just laugh the whole way down, man.
And it is interesting if you scroll down just a little bit to the middle here, as the clown prince of crime falls seemingly certain doom, the Archer stands wondering, how many lives has the Joker's life ended? How many are left in smoldering ruin?
Mm-hmm.
So he contemplates saving the Joker, and he should probably, to bring him to justice. He doesn't do a thing, doesn't lift a finger.
What he's not thinking about is what? Well, we've talked about it several times.
Joker's got a backup plan to get away.
And
we know this.
You want the body, don't you? If that's what what he's doing here, he didn't even bother to shoot another arrow to try to save him. Like he could have delete shot him in the leg and at least kept him on a string, on the rope.
If he wanted to make sure 100%, he would have deleted him.
Or tried to find him here. And obviously,
the sudden whirlpool seems to materialize right where the Harlequin of Hate falls. Ha 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 ha! Splash. Okay.
I mean, that's a long fall. If he does a belly flop here, he's not going to come out of that uninjured if he lives at all.
You won't. Yeah. No matter what, you won't.
Yeah.
The fall's too high.
But again, this is not a typical type of guy here we're talking about. And we also know because it's only issue 4.
Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But we know end. Okay. Yeah. No, it's not the end of the whole run. We know that he's going to get away.
Now, are they going to start pulling some Cowboy Bebop stuff here? And if you haven't seen that, there's a couple of episodes that do end. I don't know what's up for the next issue. I haven't read ahead because JT has to send it to me. Yep. And so I don't know. And I usually don't read these until the night before, or actually the night of. And so I don't ruin too much of my opinion before the show. Just a few things here and there that I like to point out because of the show. So I'm wondering, because last week we got that abrupt end, and it seemed like it just could have continued, but it did not. It's straight on to Star City, whole new story, whole new crazy Joker stuff.
Right.
So I'm going to ask you this week, JT, to make a prediction. You asked me about who was going to be the DC guy. So I'm going to ask you, are they going to continue the Joker from the water? Or, I'm going to ask the chat as well, are they going to make it a one-off for the next issue? I'm meaning, that might not be the right terminology, but I think everybody knows what I'm getting at here. Is it just going to be, this is actually the end, but only because it's just this issue, and we move on to another story, another Joker story that has absolutely nothing to do with the end of this one? That's number 2 option.
I'm going with option 2. We're just going to get another story that has nothing to do with this one. I don't see there being enough meat here for them to do a multi-issue story. So I think what we'll get is a self-contained ending here, and he escapes dubiously, but he still escapes. Maybe he's got a henchman in a sub or something underwater, or he's got some kind of rebreather in his jacket he whips out and he just gets away. But we won't see any of that. And next week, just like what we had this week, it'll be completely different.
Oh, that's
just
option
completely
3.
Different.
That's option 3. I like that, JT. I'm going to throw in option 3. Is that 3 kind of sticks with number 1. There is a continuation of this water ending. He does all of that stuff, but we don't see it but it's hinted that so the other option is that we get nothing that he survives the water.
Right.
Nothing. So anything off screen is just conjecture for us. So you could, as a talkative option 3, just for fun, but really that's, like I said, that's just conjecture on all of our part. He could survive it from this, but he does have a henchman, Hector. Remember that guy? He's around somewhere. He could
he has many hench people of hench. He has many people of hench.
I'm gonna agree with you and go with we're gonna get nothing and just another issue of something else.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, nothing. It's just
we could be wrong. We could be wrong.
I have no clue.
I don't smell the kind of cliffhanger that would get us to start again on the same storyline.
Yeah, we could be 100% wrong, and it'd be option number 2. I mean, 1, that he's got henchmen and an air breather and a sub or something. He planned it the whole time type crap, right?
Yeah.
Which you just have to go with it. I have no clue. Absolutely no clue what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you do think that they should go from one to the next, maybe you're not observing the point of this comic, which is to be satirical.
Well, if we're right, then we are getting the point after issue 4 or 5.
Yes.
We've caught on. We finally caught on.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't get arrested and go to jail and then break out again, and that's going to get boring depending on how you write it. Like the balloon thing is like, oh my god, here we go. We were a little bit. You and I were a little bit nervous. This one, it had some crazy shit in it, but not as crazy as that.
Yeah. It's almost like these are all memories in a way, and of the Jokers, and you're not going to get the continuity from one story to the next. Is how it feels to me. I'm totally inventing that. There's nothing that I would be basing this on other than artistically it feels this way.
Yeah, I think we're getting Lady V's thinking about it. We get a she's thinking, and a normal person won't, but Joker got plot armor a mile. Yeah, that's the kind of the third option, which is a little weird because it's all conjecture. If he does survive, they can do whatever the F they want. And if we don't see it, then we're correct that they just went with whatever. Yeah, because if we don't see how he survives, then we're right. I mean, we can only guess. If he comes up with some weird thing, plot, like you and Phantom have said, plot armor. Oh, he had a mouth breather. Hector had a submarine.
Sure. I mean, the list is going on and on and on and on, right?
Yeah, they can do anything they want to get him out of this situation, but that's
not the point.
It's not
the point.
Yeah, it's just conjecture and fun. I'm going what we stuck with, that it just moves right along. I think we could be wrong. We could be.
I feel it's wrong. Like the Dark Knight movies or some of these other the Joker movies where you don't really know the reality that's actually there. Like, is this a Joker dream? Did it really happen like this? I think these issues feel like that to me, where it doesn't matter how he really gets away in the end. We just know that he does.
You just know, there you go. You just know, and like you and Phantom and Lady V have commented, it's just that's the way it is.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, it reminds me of a like you said, the Batman when he's flying off with the bomb, and and I've mentioned this before, and people talk about it all the time. Oh, you're not supposed to think about it too much, and in a way, I agree, for movie's sake and for fun. For fun's sake, he just had fun. He survives. It's Batman. He's going. What you just said is so poignant. Well, exactly what I'm talking about. That movie scene. You just go with it. It's Batman. He's gonna get away. He's not gonna die. He's not gonna die in that Batman. I mean, they could have wrote it that way. They chose not to, and now so because they chose not to, though.
Mm-hmm.
As a fan, as a customer, you paid money to see it. Like, how the hell did they get away with that?
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have to. He could have wrote, like you said, he could have wrote many. He could have ejected. Like, in what happened in Godzilla -1? How well did they write that scene between him and the older guy from the island, the mechanic? That you almost want to cry. Right, it's so well written and so well performed and produced.
Yep.
That they did a little flashback to where that spoiler alert. Who has not seen -1 5 times?
Right.
No answers. Nobody here. Spoiler alert.
Also, by the way, Deadman is dropping in, wishing us a good stream. He's on his way off to Dreamland. Sir, we appreciate you stopping in.
Yeah, and a big Klobby thing on Mark's channel tomorrow night at 6.
Yes.
6 p.m. Eastern, before I forget. Tomorrow night, Mark D with a C, Clobber and Shaw. Oh, I hope I can make that. There's no reason I think so.
I think people will show up.
Yeah. A lot of people are going to show up.
So, Dave, let me ask this question, okay? There's rewrites. There's other possibilities. We were a little less than wowed by how the damsel is rescued by the prince, right? In this,
it's
Green Arrow kind of has
over the top with the arrow stuff.
Yeah, the arrow stuff. We don't really like that.
It's a little too much.
So in a modern comic, this guy that is, trying to be the male feminist, he would not be the one to save her, right? He's pumping her up, but he would not save her. She would at least save herself. Yeah. Or save both of them. Save everyone.
Yeah.
So, and we know that today is kind of cringe.
She did contribute. Mm-hmm. Remember, she got that pretty badass leg sweep on him.
Today, we would be upset about this, right? Because we would say, okay, we're getting preached to. However, I think if they had thought in a more modern context, it would have made a better story. And by that, I mean, she never used her superpower. And the superpower, instead of shooting this arrow up here and having her walk on a tightrope in those ridiculous, impossible to do shoes and all this, like that task would never happen. No. She would never succeed on that. I don't care how good your balance is. You're not making that. She could have used her superpower to scream at him, cause him some type of angina, or knocked him back, depending on how forceful it was, gotten him to fall off the ledge of the archway on that bridge. If that would have been a cooler rewrite in my mind, and also would have gotten rid of the absolutely ridiculous nature of Green Arrow, that was anyway. What do you think of that?
No, I'm totally on board with all of that. Even with her massive talent, walking that tightrope in that situation, thinking he was gonna. I mean, you got to try though, right? I guess, but she's still not in her costume, and that bodes a bad problem for her. Even though he did gag her, because at one point she could have blasted him in the car. If they're gonna just trash the car anyway with her in it, she could have just done it on her own term.
Who cares?
Like the fact that we didn't get to see her do anything other than a leg sweep.
I agree.
I was waiting
at this point, though, Dave. I would say, who cares if she's in her superhero outfit or not?
Well,
nobody knows. Nobody knows that she's the one that was running the flower shop. Nobody knows that she's not in a secret disguise. I'm not upset by the fact that she doesn't have the outfit on or the uniform on, the get up. I am thinking that they took a great opportunity to actually write a better ending, and use the Green Arrow in a way that makes him seem very overpowered and too difficult to defeat in this situation.
Or they could have had a longer fist fight with him, with the three of them, where they tag team up on him, beat the shit out of him, and he falls off. Then he falls off. For him to just trip over himself and fall off. It's kind of funny that happened to him, but in reality, it's like, what? Okay.
Right.
I would have liked to seen a good fist fight with the three of them, and then she blasts his ass because he's such a creep. He was creeping up on her,
Right.
And then put some clever writing. And I don't know what you would write. I'm not a writer. They had some really good writing in there at points. They could have done that. I was kind of hoping to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And
he could have even tricked her into using her power on accident and knocking him off into the water and having a submarine be in there waiting for him. There's all kinds of ways to do this that I think were just better than shooting a rope that's falling in midair with an arrow and having it stick into the far archway fast enough. And it was just like
three times in a row.
No.
For him to get away is one. For him to maybe shoot a rescue rope for her. The third.
How large is this rope to go between spans of a suspension bridge?
Yeah, so not only does he have all of those arrows, he has all of that rope for all three of those times. That's a lot of damn rope. That's a lot of damn rope he's carrying.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's the fan. I think that was who brought up the plot armor.
And I'm pretty sure
I'm pretty
sure if we're talking projectiles here, that arrow was never going to make it between spans before she falls to the bottom. Right? There's no way that he could traverse that distance in time. And I don't even think a firearm could achieve that either. So I think that I don't know. Maybe should we go into reviews at this point?
I was
Dave?
trying to the chat was blowing, just blasting past me here when I asked them who wants to pick an option for next week, and people are putting good comments in here. I'm not highlighting. Sorry, I'm not highlighting all these. I was concentrating on what JT was telling me here because I'll get distracted. Yeah. So Phantom agrees. Diana and Oliver in front of Joker. Yeah, he also agrees that her trying to run away, thinking he wasn't going to do anything was wrong. Let's see. Who, Lady V had something? Or Admiral Teague had he picked, Admiral Teague picks option 2. This seems to be non-canonical.
Mm-hmm.
Get my glasses ending where it's like this. Yeah. He's picking option 2 as well. Cool. And then Dadman came in and say hello, Dadman. Yeah. Okay. So without the rope stuff at the end, because I know you like doing letter grades, I have to really think sometimes about, because I don't want to be hypocritical for something I said an hour ago because of something that I didn't like or really liked later. It maybe have changed my mind, because these comics will do that to you. Kirby was good. Like I mentioned that earlier. Kirby's good. Like, what the hell? And then the page later, like, oh, okay, Kirby, you got me. You got me like 10 times in Black Panther with really crazy stuff that they did, and then he explained it. So it's difficult to go through the comic and not be hypocritical by the end of the comic, because they do stuff that gets you to change your mind. So if you take all that rope business out, what would your letter grade be?
Without the rope, I would give it a B+. I like the art. There's no flaws with the art whatsoever that I can detect, which is great. I thought the pacing through the whole issue was pretty darn good too. I don't think the fight scenes dragged, and I think that they condensed enough action into one page that you didn't feel like you were getting ripped off. Right.
Yeah, that's one of your biggest things. I'm pretty big on that. I know that's one of your biggest things, is extending that action out way, way too long. They did it in Black Panther a couple times. We mentioned it. It was just like, was it one issue of Black Panther we said could have been about 5 pages?
Yeah.
6 pages tops, I think. Right?
They started in one spot, and they made it like, 5 steps down the road after 28 pages or whatever. And it's like, what did I just read?
Yeah.
So it, it makes no mistakes there. It does a pretty darn good job. I think the Joker acts like himself at a lot of points. I think that there is enough mystery to keep the story moving. However, I would not say that this was their best plot nor their wittiest plot or wittiest dialogue either. There were missed opportunities at jokes. I like it slathered heavily in that quote unquote dad humor or the corny jokes that are word plays and things like that.
Yeah. They had a few there that we didn't really talk about.
Some,
we got a few we didn't talk about, but yeah, they were in there and just not as prevalent. Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, we didn't get them, and the more on the nose they are, the more I like them. So I felt it was a little bit thin on some of that. The rope sequence I didn't like. The whole thing with the police station, not having a police station on either side of the bridge. There's only one police station on one side of the bridge that could respond. In a major city, I just don't see that ever happening. There's more like once you start using your brain on some of this, there's a lot of holes that start to pop up. And
it's kind of like, is the bridge going to a part of the country that's not the city anymore? And it's not. But then the museum would be there in the city.
In this was kind of a get the thing to get the thing storyline, and I don't think Joker would have done any of that. He'd way too much effort to try to get the girl and then try to get the museum pieces.
Well, considering what he was gonna do to a lot of people to go rob a museum is only to install the fact that if you've never read all these Joker issues, how bad of a person he really is. That's true. The reason
I just think the juice wouldn't worth the squeeze.
Right. He's not gonna block a whole bridge to a major city in the country to delete a lot of people to just go rob a museum.
Yeah.
And then stand on top of the archway with Black Canary in Green Arrow City to do it.
Yeah. So some of the stuff just doesn't add up.
However, Hector's robbing the place right now.
Yeah.
His henchmen are robbing it while we're talking. It's not viable other than the fact that make him a Joker issue to show how evil he really is. And they have been doing that every issue where they do some really, really evil stuff. Although the whole thing that he said on the radio was a lie. So that didn't happen. The car pileup with that was going to happen didn't happen. But a couple issues ago, he did do some really, really evil stuff with that guy. Yeah. I mean, really bad.
Right. So, I guess at the end of the day, there's a lot that starts to fall apart, a lot that doesn't make sense. But the things that I've already said that I like, combined with the fact that it was entertaining and fun, and that goes a long way on this stuff, means that I can be a lot more forgiving of some of that than I otherwise would be. If this were a slog to get through, yeah, we'd be dropping down into C territory easily. So I hope it doesn't turn into that week on week. Issue 1, issue 2 were great. And so far, those have been the A's. So I hope we get back to that instead of what we had this week.
The 4 was a little weird. The ending was weird. The ending, the whole rope thing was a little weird. But it's Green Arrow. I get what they're trying to do there, but it was just too many ropes. Yes, right? It's just too many.
Yes.
They were underestimating him at every turn, but they're not Batman. But they don't mention Batman. Although we did get to see the Batman box. We did get to see it.
Yeah.
That was funny. The one line that he's talking trash to Canary about she can't sing. That was funny. That was hilarious considering who she is. It's like a really good dig. You called it a good. He's digging on her. Yeah, he was.
Right.
It was great.
Right.
We needed more of that. There was a couple of jokes in there. They called it yoke. There was a couple double entendres that were in there, but it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't as prevalent as before. I like it. The pacings, they pull this off. It's fun. It's still fun, no matter. Like the art is minimalist. It's basic, but they are only a few things people caught.
On
like
some things, it is. Yeah, on the Joker, there's nothing minimal on his face.
But the continuity is always good. He's always got the pinstripe pants. They make sure that they stay true to form with him. We saw there was a good hand, a lot of face, not too many close-up facial ones that stood out. I think we're getting kind of used to the good art with him and the face, that we're not even noticing some of the good ones. Like normally we'll pick out 1 or 2 frames. Oh man, look at this dude's face right here. This one was really good. I didn't catch one of those on this issue. Maybe I'm just getting used to it.
I saw a couple.
I just didn't notice.
I saw a couple that were pretty good.
Yeah, last issue were several close-ups of Joker where all it took was the raised eyebrows, a movement of the mouth, and it changed his whole look to fit the plot. I tell you, not paid a lot of attention.
I tell you one thing though, Dave. This the whole radio thing. I'm like, I feel like I've watched enough Looney Tunes as a kid, where like I know between that and how the writers have written the other issues before this, that I'm starting to get wise to the Joker's schemes a little bit.
Yeah, and it's like Green Arrow did catch on to, wait a second here, there's got to be more to this, but then fell back into the trap that he's just not as mean. They didn't think he was as mean. I hope he doesn't do it. Well, then you better plan on he's going to. He didn't. His thinking isn't Batman thinking, but it's Green Arrow. It's not Batman, so it's kind of cool. It works. It's still fun. These are fun issues. I don't even know if I really want to give it a letter grade. B+, I guess. I mean,
it's your show. You can do whatever you want.
If it's something like Battlestar Galactica 14, where we can rage on it for an hour, okay. This one, I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I want to give it. It had its moments. Some of it was a little odd. I like the fact that we're trying to figure out what's going to happen next week. I like what we're falling into here with this run.
And it had a beautiful woman in it.
It had a beautiful woman. Well, we got introduced to 2 characters, not just Green Arrow. We got Black Canary. I'm definitely was even thinking about going on a lower grade because I was a little pissed, to be honest with you, that they didn't show her power at all. It's almost enough, JT. Yeah. If you want to press me, I know you're not going to, I'm just saying facetiously. If you were to press me on a letter grade, and I thought about it when I read this earlier, it might have got a C.
And I could see that too, because what you and I both wanted was for her to use her power.
Yes, absolutely.
You could tell that both of us really wanted that and we didn't get it. And considering the fact that I don't believe we're going to see these heroes and get to interact with the Joker again next week, just give us what we want.
Well, it's not. It's a little disservice. It's a little disservice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's not like we're getting delayed gratification and 3 issues later we're going to see her use her powers.
Right, and we've got such knowledgeable comic people in the chat and people who are here for fun, who like comics, maybe not know the characters as well as even you and I do. Whether we know there's a lot of people here who know the characters way more than we do. For me, they missed out. Like, so I might give it a C. I'm not going to. I already gave my grade, but a couple of hours ago, I was kind of pissed, and because remember I pointed out that Joker put a yellow bandana, or he taped her mouth up.
Yep.
When she sat in the whole car the whole time without it. And she could have used her power at any point and then covered it up, even if there was 1 or 2 witnesses. Apparently, there weren't a lot of people around because we only saw like 2 cops on that whole bridge. So we're only assuming they closed off. Who knows? But that's the fun part. You just go with it. I'm not mad about any of that. But when it comes to introducing a character, whether it's her or even Plastic Man, imagine Plastic Man coming on and never stretching, never like even reaching around as a joke in a restaurant to go sneak a drink out of the Coke machine or something.
Or Mr. Freeze coming around and
not freezing a damn
thing. Not freezing anything. Yeah.
And this is modern men sticking up for a female character. So you brought that up earlier. So that part was not written toward the audience as far as much as it was written as a character plot thing for him, I guess. That's a difficult one, but here we are defending her. And I was a little disappointed.
But see, I thought it was Jokerish where he was written to be a male feminist. And that's why I said it so many times. I don't think it was legitimate. I don't think he actually believed it. He didn't act like she could save herself.
Yeah. Until they only showed her talent one time really quickly on one little pane.
He acted like her boss in the flower shop. He didn't act like she was, something where he should be kissing the ground she walked on and all this. He
didn't care.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like it's the Joker.
Totally creepy.
You got to be a little bit more cynical about, not necessarily cynical, but don't take the first appearance of some of that stuff.
Oh wow, this is what I mean about how great the chat is, and we get these comments that really help us when it comes to some of the older school, the characters that we just don't know the deep stuff about them. I mean, I know a lot about T'Challa, but not all of it. I know who Black Canary is. If you'd asked me what her name was before, I could not have gotten that. I don't know. Oliver, I might have even had to think about Oliver, but Queen, or I was like, oh, dude, yeah. Well, like you said earlier, you can't use some names you just can't get out. I knew that was Oliver Queen. It's like Guy Gardner. If you'd asked me yesterday, I might have got that. But her, I did not know what her name was. That's just being honest. But I know who Black Canary is. And I knew they were dating. You know what I mean? Those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to not even show her sonic voice even a little bit, I'm like, you know what? F you.
And like I said,
it's still a fun comic.
He should have fallen off the top of that archway from her sonic ability. Or her sonic ability plus like a push.
Even just a little bit. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, her sonic ability is so strong that, well, you do not want her to like pinpoint you with a full blast. Like if she's really, really mad as well to end you, you wouldn't want that. Because probably just
her sonic blast made his body limp enough that he landed the water and survived or something. I mean,
well, she could use it as a cushion all the way down from the top. If she blasted on the ground, she could control that. That's she's kind of a badass when it comes to that kind of stuff. But
there's all kinds of cool stuff they could have done and they just didn't. So that's part of the reason why it's not an A, because frankly, we're better ways to go.
Talking, and we're just talking
years later.
Fans.
There's better ways for it to go, right?
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But yeah, it's the Joker. He did some evil stuff, or he plotted to do some evil stuff. Thank goodness he didn't get away with it this time. The worst he did was some kid. Oh no! He did, that poor innocent dude from the flower shop. I forgot about that guy. Yeah, so there you go. Joker lived up to his mantle this week. But we got to get you out of here. You do. Yeah. You cannot. This is 1 week. You need to roll. So
yes,
tell us what you got going on tomorrow. Are you going to be around for? So Mark B with a C. Everyone who's still here tomorrow night. I think it said 6 p.m. Go check the channel. Don't quote me and miss it and be mad at me. I think it's 6 p.m. Eastern. But like I said, check the channel. check his post. He's doing a Clobbering Times remembrance thing. I will try to be there or at least be in the chat. I don't know how. I'm assuming there'll be a lot of people who probably want to come on and talk. I'll be more than happy just to hang out or stop by and say hello.
6:05 p.m. Eastern. And I will paste the link right now.
Awesome.
Chat to that video for tomorrow.
Oh, that's a direct
hours.
link.
That is a direct link to the video.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So if you go there now, you can click notify me, and that'll be another reminder for you that YouTube will send when the stream goes live. So, Dave, tomorrow, that's where I will try my utmost to be. I'm hoping work and family and all that affords me the opportunity to do that.
Yeah. That's still going to be a little bit of a rough time for you, I think.
It'll be it'll be interesting. I don't want to dwell on it too much tonight, but I think Mark will have done something great for us to all come together with, so that's where I'll be tomorrow. And then assuming that gets done at a decent hour and I'm not on, I don't get called while I'm on call, hopefully I can drop in to other streams around the area. I hear, Dave, you have a stream tomorrow night.
Yeah, we were doing normal stuff for you as well. Are you doing Friday night Fortnite, which I had been missing? And
so I will be
Saturday night with Teague.
I will be elsewhere Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
So I already spoke with the Admiral, and he is given dispensation for me to go on an away mission.
Okay, can you link him as well? He's not a mod, or I can do it.
I can do
Saturday night.
I can do it. So, but I will be back around these parts on Sunday. So, I'll be hanging around the geekery.
Okay, awesome. For me tomorrow night, I was trying to stay away from a lot of the big time blockbuster movies, but The Predator again, it uploaded in French or Spanish or something, but it works on Cosme. So here we go. We're doing Predator, and anything for Carl Weathers as well. Schwarzenegger, Jesse the Body Ventura, action, buddy film, but sci-fi, obviously, monster sci-fi action. Classic, 1987, classic. And I saw quickly, JT, an interview with Quentin Tarantino the other day, who said that movies in '87 or '80s weren't good or something. And I think I jumped out of my seat and said, "What the hell are you talking about?" So we're doing Predator 1987, and it's an absolute classic. Tomorrow,
yes, it is.
Thursday at 9. And oh boy, you want to talk about toxic, that helicopter ride. Whoo, the jokes that whoo boy. That helicopter ride alone with Ventura talking to the other guys and the one dude who tells the joke and Ventura makes a couple comments is worth the price of admission alone.
Right.
And what Bill Duke says to Carl Weathers out in the jungle when they're no spoilers, but he tells him, "Ooh, man, it gives me chills. It is awesome."
There's like 50 great lines from that movie.
Yeah. So come around if you haven't seen it. I wish I'd be shocked, but it's okay. Sometimes we won't see these movies. 9:00 Eastern tomorrow night. And then that's pretty much it. So let's get JT out of here. I want to thank everybody. Admiral Teague, thanks for popping in. Buddy, hey, did you leave and come back?
No, he's been here. He's been here.
Oh, okay. It's been lurking a little bit. Thank you as always for stopping in. Mud's Women. It's one of the few that I kind of know the actual title to that. Amok Time, Mud's Woman, and I can't even think of the one with the Greek dude who got really tall. He's in the toga, and they were Athens. That one I can't remember the name of that one. And of course, Doomsday Machine. So Admiral Teague, Buddy Hepburn, Lady V. Thank you, and Buddy and Phantom and Lady V. They've been hanging out with me on Thursday nights with a few other people sometimes. That's always. Lady V, I'm sorry that the Army of Darkness might have been a little bit too corny. It hasn't fared well, JT, as much as I thought over the years. It was a little. Who mourns for Adonis? Yes, buddy.
Yeah.
Look at that, buddy, ripping out the Star Trek titles. Awesome. It hasn't really stood the test of time, Army of Darkness. It was still fun, but Predator will stand the test of time for decades and decades. A bunch of one-liners in Army of Darkness, but some of the stuff was just so goofy. I think that's what Lady V and I were calling it, just plain goofy. Goofy and corny. But it's Sam Raimi and it's Bruce Campbell. Who am I missing here? JT Phantom Outsider. Yes. Lighten up the chat is always brilliant stuff.
FKHC 2005.
Yes, I'm scrolling back, and thank you, Tim. FKHC 2005 came in a couple of times. That was an interesting comment that I meant to talk about, but we don't have time for you. So other than that,
you're welcome to keep going. I just
I had 2 hours. We had
bewitching hour for me.
Yeah, it's just a comic book thing. This is what we do. I probably need to have a separate show that get you to come on for a couple hours. You, Dad, Man, a bunch of people, and just talk shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, and Lady V, we're going to get you to come on too. One of these days, you're going to come on. No, Lady V, I know it. No, that movie. It'd been a while since I watched it. I knew it was corny, but a lot of the skeletons and stuff, JT, I don't know if you remember, like a lot of the skeletons when we were being really goofy and corny. It's just the one-liners. I mean, shop smart, shop S-smart. And this is my boomstick. You know, you want some? You want some of this? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's so good. But anyway, thank you, everybody. I think I got everybody. If I don't, as always, thank you for being here and have a wonderful night. See you tomorrow.
Well,